Shalom, children. In today's story, Abraham and Sarah's son Yitzhak is all grown up now. Our story begins with Sarah's death, which made both Abraham and Isaac very sad. Abraham decided it was time to find a wife for Yitzhak, so he called for his trusted servant to help him search. He asked his servant to journey back to Abraham's home, Aram, to find a woman there for Yitzhak to marry. Now Abraham's servant wasn't sure that the girl would want to travel all the way back with him to Canaan, so he asked if he could just take Yitzhak with him to Aram to pick a wife himself. But Abraham said no, and made the servant promise to never take his son there. So Abraham's servant prepared 10 camels and set out on his journey. He also brought along some gifts for the bride and for her family. On the long trip to Aram, he asked Yahweh to help him with this task. He did not want to fail his master Abraham, but he had no idea how he would find the right girl for Yitzhak. In the evening, when Abraham's servant arrived at the town well, he stood there and asked Yahweh to show him the right girl by giving him a sign. The sign he would look for was this: he would watch for a girl coming to draw water, and when he asked her for some water to drink, she would offer to water his 10 camels as well. Now that was a lot of work, so the girl would have to be very generous and a kind person to want to do this. Before he had even finished praying, a girl with a water jug came to the well. When Abraham's servant asked her for a drink of water, she not only said yes, but she cheerfully watered all his camels too. Abraham's servant was so happy that he stopped right there and worshipped Yahweh and thanked him for answering his prayer. He asked the girl what her name was. She told him her name was Rivka, or Rebecca, and that she was the daughter of Bethuel, who was Abraham's nephew. Abraham's servant knew then that she was the right girl to marry Yitzhak. He gave her a gold nose ring and 2 gold bracelets. Abraham's servant explained to Rivka who he was and how he knew she was the girl Yahweh had chosen to be Isaac's wife. They all went to Rebekah's house to tell her father and brother. Rivka and Abraham's servant explained to Bethuel, her father, and Laban, her brother, all that had happened. They welcomed Abraham's servant and gave him food to eat and a place for the camels to rest. Laban wanted them to wait 10 days before going back to Abraham. Abraham's servant politely told them that he needed to get back right away. Rivka took her maids and gathered her belongings, and they all left with Abraham's servant. When they arrived at Abraham's place, Rebekah looked up and saw Isaac coming toward them walking through a field. Right away she got down from her camel and went to meet him. Very soon Isaac and Rebekah got married and went to live in Sarah's old tent. Yitzhak loved Rivka, and his new wife cheered him up, so he wasn't sad anymore. Well, children, we have come to the end of our story for today, so we will see you next time for another exciting Torah portion. Shalom.